Hello guys and welcome to Vlogging Project. Today we're gonna do a camera test of the Xiaomi Redmi A1, the pure stock Android phone, replacing the Nexus line, probably. So now in the application itself we've got totally no options for anything basically. In the video especially you can't adjust the resolution of, it's good that I've double checked before that we're filming in 1080p at the moment, otherwise you wouldn't know what kind of resolution I'm filming in. As well as there is totally no options for stabilization whatsoever, or actually any other options. So I'm really not sure what to expect, but to be honest with you, I've seen some selfies that I took and the camera is not very good, unfortunately. But hey, the video might turn up well. So yeah, that's about it. Let me just check the transitions and the dynamic range, guys. Yeah, it looks alright. It looks alright though, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at a couple of selfies and after that we're gonna continue with the rear cameras.
Highs, wide, sheds.
Thing I forgot to mention about the front camera, guys, is there is no tap to focus option. So basically if the phone thinks that it should blur your face rather than the background, well, it's up to him and not up to you. Even now, let me quickly check. Tapping on the screen, absolutely nothing happens, which is unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Okay guys, so let's move on to the 1080p resolution first, and after that we're gonna do a quick test of the 4K as well. So basically, as always, I'm holding the phone with one hand only. I'm walking down this nice river over here in a beautiful December day in London. I can't really believe I'm seeing the sunshine, although it's quite cold. It's about 3 degrees at the moment, and the hand that I'm using the phone with is freezing. But anyway, so yeah, 1080p, absolutely no options for any kind of stabilization. The phone definitely doesn't have optical image stabilization, but I have no idea if it has any kind of, digital one, because simply there is no setting for it. So yeah, the only setting is to change the resolution by yourself, and now I've chosen 1080p. So yeah, you can see what we're dealing with. Let me do a short sprint. Well, sprint, not exactly sprint, but anyway, short run to see if there is any kind of stabilization and if it's working or not. And in a second we're gonna change to 4K and we're gonna do the same thing basically. So let's do it. Now moving on to the 4K, guys. Again, no options for any sort of stabilization, and I can only imagine that even if we had some stabilization on the 1080p, we're gonna get absolutely nothing on the 4K. But you never know, the camera might as well as surprise us. So let's see, what was that sound? Some duck. Let's just check the, oh, it's a beautiful day. It's an absolutely beautiful day, guys. I can't really tell how nice I feel when we have any sort of, sunshine. It's a bless. Yeah, so yeah, let's do a short, sprint, as we call it, to see if there's any sort of stabilization or not. Oh, that's enough, I got tired. I should seriously check my health. I've got some unknown Chinese, rubber band which measures your health and sleep activity or something like that, coming real soon. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see how bad I am at the moment. But anyway, that's something else. So yeah, that's the video 4K on the Xiaomi A1, guys. And now let's have a look at a couple of photos. Oh, before that, let me just check. Okay, guys, so now let's check the autofocus abilities on 1080p. That's the OnePlus 5T. If you haven't already, that's a good time to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, it looks okay. It looks fine though. It's not the quickest one in the world, but definitely it looks properly. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see how it is in 4K. Okay, moving on to the 4K now. Let's see how the autofocus works. Oh, nice. It seems like it's actually quicker. Let's see. Yeah. It's actually better in 4K. Oh well, that's good. That's good.
Close your eyes.
When they say my name, I said, boys. Boys.
Okay guys, so where does that leave us with the Xiaomi A1? Now the first thing you probably notice is that the audio sucks monkey balls. And the reason for that is that the phone is recording at 96 kilobits per second audio, which is ridiculous simply because other phones like the Moto Z, the Moto Z2 Play for example, the Moto Z2 Play is a premium mid-range as well, it records at 320 megabits per second. So that's the reason for the poor audio. Now when it comes down to videos, I'm really happy with the video coming out of the front camera. 1080p is nice and clear. I'm totally happy with the video. There is no stabilization though, so keep that in mind. Now when it comes down to the back camera, 12 megapixel, the video on 1080p is bad. The quality is really not good, and again there is no stabilization. Now the 4K, I'm actually surprisingly happy with the quality of the 4K, but as well you've got no stabilization. So basically if you want to get some nice footage, you gotta use a tripod. Now when it comes down to photo quality, the front camera is purely crap. Half of the photos that I took, I'm not in focus. So basically you can't really set manual focus on the front camera as well. So whatever the phone decides, that's what it's gonna do, and half of the time is doing a terrible job at the autofocus. So basically for the selfie junkies, this phone is definitely not recommended. Now when it comes down to the back cameras, well, the main camera is surprisingly good, actually at 12 megapixels. I'm not sure if you're following me on Twitter, but you should. I've posted a photo between a 16 megapixel image of the OnePlus 5T and the same image produced by the Xiaomi A1 at 9 megapixels, 16 by 9 aspect ratio. And basically the Xiaomi managed to pull more details after the 9 megapixel photo rather than the OnePlus on the 16 megapixel photo. And basically in daylight I could say that the camera is very similar to the one in the 5T, which is like 500 bucks, 600 bucks, something like that. So basically for 200 bucks I'm really happy with the daylight performance of this camera. Unfortunately when we go dark, the things go dark as well. I mean, the camera is an absolute crap and low light. I'm sorry to say that, but I really don't understand how you can make a camera so good in daylight and in the same time so poor in nighttime. But well, it is what it is. Now, when it comes down to the telephoto lens and the bokeh effect, now I'm really not a fan of the bokeh or portrait mode or whatever you want to call it. I took a couple of shots, I didn't like them, to be honest with you. It doesn't cut the object properly and it doesn't, yes, it blurs the background, but it's not good, it's not very good. I've seen worse, but I've definitely seen better, and most of them are better. Well, the secondary camera is not very good as well. I mean, if you just crop the photo of your main camera, the image is gonna be a little bit better. But at least you've got the option to just, you know, press 2x and just zoom quickly to your object, but keep in mind that the quality is not gonna be fantastic. So basically, where does it leave us with the camera? I'm overall really happy, guys. In daylight, this camera is amazing, but apart from that, but again, yet again, $200, I would give this camera a thumbs up just because of the fantastic daylight performance. Now, if you come this far to the video, probably have already subscribed, so you deserve to know what's coming on my channel, guys. I've got the OnePlus 5T over here, camera test plus review next week. Now I've got something interesting as well, the Essential phone over here. And today I got this little fella over here, the 360 degrees camera of the Essential phone. So I'm planning to do something interesting, something like my story of the OnePlus brand on a 360 of the Essential phone, something like that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later. Adios.